Hi there, this is Russ and Harumi, Urban Earth Gardens, and we're at our place today. I think our last video was a beekeeping video. So I'm doing pruning on our big Japanese maple in our front driveway. In fact, I'm standing where my truck usually is parked. And just cleaning it out, and I want to go over a couple of details. In fact, a neighbor came on and asked, and first thing I wanted to say is, these are the tools I usually use for when I'm pruning. A 6-foot ARS hand pruner here, worth its weight in gold. Loppers, a good sharp handsaw that flips out, anything like this, and the files to keep them sharp. Also, this is a pole pruner here, and a pole pruner with a saw at the end that extends out to about 14 feet. And on larger ones, of course, I'll have a chainsaw. But I just wanted to show you that this is the main tool is Felco pruners. It's Felco 7, part of the best pruner in the world. Actually, I mean that seriously.
That's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, but you want to use good tools. You don't want to go on the cheap, because the expensive ones last the longest, the easiest to maintain, and all the parts, every single part on here can be replaced. I've had one that's one set. In fact, the one that Harumi has, I bought in 1990 actually, and still is good. So if Harumi can look up at the tree here, this was really thick, and all the branch structure was laying down to about here. And so what I'm doing is, if this was a freestanding Japanese maple out in the field somewhere, I would prune it a little bit differently. But what I'm doing here is since I'm worrying about it not hanging over my truck, I'm containing it in a little bit, but yet still pruning the inside out, so it has an upward and outward growth pattern out away from the center. So I'll remove the main structural larger branches that I know I'm not going to need, and then I'll go in and I'll detail the limbs, head back. Something like this was out here earlier, so you can try to keep it as natural looking as possible. But in some areas, it's going to be very difficult to attain that. Keeping in mind that it will grow out and thicken as some branches are exposed. I have some more upper story branching to thin out and clear out, and but I'm pretty much, except for this side of it here, bringing it in a little bit, and also working on our vine maple and our Japanese red pine. So the red pine will be later, but I've already done some work on that. Again, I just want to do a little quick example of how you can open it up and clean it out. And again, realizing that early in the growing season, so all this stuff will thicken up more and fill in. But you want to have airspace in there. You want to take off all the dead. You can see some dead fill in there I still have to get. And have a layered pattern in there. So this is probably, I probably put this in probably 2004, 2005 when I bought this place brand new. And it's just when it got into a really beautiful structure, and it's a wonderful fall color. So this is part of what we've taken out. And we have a pile over there that's probably this deep and very large. So I've taken a lot of structure and branches out of here. And so that's a little quick video of what we're getting into here. And I hope that helps. And also on the pruning, before I let you go, is I'm working on cleaning up thick areas. So since my truck's here, I want to keep it back, but yet I want to make this look as natural as possible. So I'll just be thinning out little areas and keeping the branch look like it was growing in nature, but not too heavy and not too thick. So we can have. I just want to show a little small section of how I would clear out this really thick area. There's lots of dead, as you can see. Some of it you can pull right off. And we have this one larger structural branch right here that I'm going to use my loppers, and I'm going to take it off. Being careful not to damage the other tree, the main trunk we're going to be leaving. And then carefully moving this out. And then if you can see up in here, you can see where it's really thick, and there's still a lot of dead in there, and a lot of branches that don't need to be in there to give it some more of an airy feel to it. So I'll be taking more of these out, all of this dead here, like so, and really give it this sort of open look a little more layered feel to it, and a little more filtered light coming through. So this is more of the thinned out look, more extensive. There could be a little more detailing done on it, but this is this layering effect that I like that will fill in more as some of these inner branches mature out. So you get this nice, really layered look. And the last little clip we took, there's a lot of dead in here, a lot of congestion. You can see it's all opened up in there. And it's just kind of fun to play with. I approach the pruning of these trees and shrubs and everything, and it's kind of like they tell me what needs to happen in them. The more I remove, starting with the dead or structural things that cost and rub, more is revealed, and then you can then choose more what you like. You want it more open, you want it a little more closed. That's really up to you. And I guess I would say a word of advice is, or some wisdom that I've learned over the years, is nature is very forgiving. So, and don't be afraid to make the big decisions on some cuts. And it's really up to what you want, and the trees will work with you, and you work with them. It's kind of a really cool way to look at it. And as I said, as you move through a tree, and it feels more open, it feels like it breathes. It reveals more to you what it wants, and also your own artistic expression can be developed in there. So this is what we went for today. This is what the tree, this wonderful Japanese maple, offered today for us. And so I worked with it, and here you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Go to our Facebook page as well, our YouTube channel. And thanks again for watching. And this is Russ, and we're checking out Urban Earth Gardens. Bye.